Alright, what's up you guys? Steve here from Drift America RC, and I've been doing this video series, what's Steve doing, because I'm always doing something, and I thought people would want to see what I'm doing, so I made a series on Facebook. If you go to our Facebook group page, it's Facebook.com/groups/ I think it's just Drift America. It might be Drift America RC, but I think it's just Drift America. And join the group, and then you can search the group, What's Steve Doing? And there are all kinds of live feeds of me painting bodies in various stages. I'm right now working on this 400Z for Angel, and I made a cutting out tutorial the other day, and I skipped a step, and I did all the liquid mask and the prep work for the cutting, and I'll show you guys what I did here in a minute. I have the stream set for horizontal, so you guys should be able to see everything just fine. I'm gonna go, give me 2 seconds, I'm gonna post the live stream on Facebook so people know that we are live. All right. So, what we are doing today is finding my glasses first. It's muy importante. I wonder if I should. Yeah, it's probably easier to see what's going on up here. So, first of all, I want to show you guys what the Galaxy body looks like. This is kind of a. I painted one for myself, and at the same time I painted one for Dallas Weimer, and he has the other one. Actually, I think he sold it. I've seen it getting moved around a little bit, but it's just this kind of weird Galaxy theme. I had some Nike foam posits, the Scottie Pippins, and they were the Galaxy, and they had this kind of theme to it. I'm real big on color themes. Like sometimes certain colors look good together, and I want to duplicate that in the body. By the way, I burned my finger, so sorry. It's probably an eyesore. Try not to look at it. But I actually found the YouTube. Sorry, the body's all dusty too. I found a YouTube tutorial on how to make Galaxy, and just did it backwards. And then I did the chrome trim around the outside, and so Angel wants something kind of like this, but with white. So we're gonna do that. And I'm in a time crunch, so this is my body of focus right now. And so I did liquid mask it. I'll go ahead and fill in the steps. When you liquid mask, it's water-based. The liquid mask is water-based. So I wash it with soap and water and get all the soap off. And while it's still wet, I put the first coat of liquid mask on. If you let the water dry, those little water droplets actually make a little, like a mark, and then when you paint over it, you actually see that mark sometimes. So I brush it on wet. It's real thin at first, and then you do 3 more coats after that. You can never have the liquid mask really too thick. I mean, if you have like a big pool here that you need to cut into, it's kind of a bad thing, but it's worse if it's too thin. Yeah, so what I do after that is I draw all my cut lines, and when I draw cut lines, sometimes, like, okay, if I'm doing the inside, let's see, if I'm doing the inside of a bumper, I'm just gonna paint that black. There's no point in wasting time doing Galaxy or wasting the good paint if you're doing like a pearl. So I just paint the inside of this black. So I put a cut line here for black, and then this is all gonna be white. This is gonna be the trim. This is obviously the grill and everything. That's gonna be black also. That's gonna be chrome trim. And then these are going to be galaxy panels on the little inner vents. So that's kind of the theme, the scheme, the plan. And I've already drawn all these lines. You can see the lines are kind of shoddy, but you know, when you're cutting with your blade, you can cut a straight line, and it fills in all that. So you're kind of averaging where the spot needs to be. You're eyeballing while you're using the lines as a guide, but it's more of a plan, I guess. This back is gonna look pretty cool too, because I realized that this looks like it should be part of the lights, but it's actually the body. So I'm able to put a whole galaxy panel on here, and it's kind of going to change the look of the body, which I'm kind of excited about. I think it's going to make it look pretty cool. And then the wing is going to go right inside this panel, and I'm actually going to do the wing in a galaxy theme, just like this one is. So it'll give it that kind of same look, which I think came out pretty cool. So, what I was gonna say is that see, this is gonna be black, and the inside of the window is black. So there's no point in putting a line there because this is all gonna be black. The more you can do that, the better. Sometimes, you know, you'll find that, like if you're doing a car that's all black down the middle, then you can pull it all off in one shot. You know, you don't have to cut anything else, including the windows and everything. So it's good to find those things when you're drawing rather than try to figure them out when you're cutting and over-cutting sometimes. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna start cutting. I like these blades. These are number 16. You can get 100 of them for $10 from Amazon. And this is what they look like. I know if you guys have watched my videos, I've said this a million times, but I'm gonna say it again. I need to find the blade. I believe I heard it drop yesterday while I was working, and here it is. Trash, fresh blade. I like to wash my hands with soap and water. I don't like them to be greasy. I like them to be kind of, I still feel a little greasy actually. You know, you want to have a good grip. Kind of like when you, kind of like when you work out and you use chalk in the gym. You know, you want to have that kind of dry, grippy feeling. You know, not that everybody's gonna know that, but yeah. Kind of like using chalk in the gym. So there's two things I'm doing here. First of all, I'm doing all the trim of the chrome, and then I'm also going to be cutting out the body lines. Do all your cutting before you start peeling, because once you start painting, you won't be able to see these lines to cut. So do all your cutting. And I get nervous doing this every time, but you know, you just gotta dig in. And we're just going to start here and come across. If you can keep the blade down the whole time also, it's better because you don't get these little pieces that are still stuck to them. Stuck to the other piece of liquid mask. Also, well, hold on. Finish these lines. Sometimes it's hard to talk while you're cutting. It's also a good idea to hold your breath. It makes you cut straighter lines. So you can probably, I don't know if you can tell, but I'll show you real quick. So when I'm cutting, I have, that's not a good thing to shoot at. Let's use this. So when I'm cutting, I have half of my blade in the plastic and half of it out. And I always talk about the car and the trailer. And so this is the trailer and this is the car. So when people cut, they tend to look at the tip of the blade, but you don't want to look at the tip. You want to look at the car, not the trailer, because the car is what's going to lead the way, and this is going to follow no matter what. So if you cut straight with the car, this is going to leave you a straight edge for the trailer. So it kind of works like a straight edge to do it that way. So I feel like I should explain that every video. Car, trailer, look here, not there. Look at that. That's what you want to be looking at. And it's hard to train yourself sometimes not to look at the tip of the blade, but do it anyway. The more you do it, the more you'll get in the habit. So, and also you can see, like, I don't know if you can tell where I cut, but like here there was like a little finger that stuck up, and I just kind of averaged it and smoothed it out. That's something you can do, you know, when you're doing the cutting. So when you draw, if your lines don't look like, see how that's real wonky right there, like I'll be able to smooth that out real nice. And this one got kind of thick because of that crevice, and I'm aware of that, so I'll clean that up when I come down to it. So yeah, don't beat yourself up about these lines. Like I literally drew these by hand, so yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty good considering, but I didn't use a straight edge or anything. They're more of a guide. The knife will give you the straight edge. So I'm gonna do the inside of this now. Okay. The other thing is, you know, the thickness of this line doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Actually, I'm getting it pretty close, but sometimes if it's a little thicker or thinner, you're not going to see because it's, you know, it's chrome, so it's just more of a reflective spot. But you can see it gets kind of thin here, and up here it kind of thins out, and then it gets wider here. And it's not perfect by any means. Down here is real thin just because I had to get around those little pieces. Yeah, it's not too bad with this, but you know, I use the fine tip Sharpie. Actually, I chiseled this to see how, like, that's a brand new fine tip. I mean, not a fine tip, a regular Sharpie. It says fine point, but anyway, it is regular. This one's too sharp. It's brand new. If it gets worn in a little bit, it won't be, but see, I chiseled this one down just a little bit to get a good, oh, my camera sucks, I'm sorry. But yeah, I tried to get it a little wider. So. All right, moving right along. I'm gonna lift this because I want that point to be really sharp. And if you turn it on that point, it won't be as sharp. So that's a good point to make that. No time. I thought that was a good point. And we're going to make another sharp point down here. Drag that through. Honestly, if you do something that doesn't look quite right to you and you want to go back and recut it, 9 times out of 10 just don't. Just leave it, because you can make it worse more than you can make it better. And what you're looking at may be like 1/1000th of a millimeter of a difference that no one would even look at or pick apart. So it's better to just keep that train moving. Oops. That's going to be an interesting one. This body didn't have a lot of room for paneling, so I kind of had to squeeze some panels in here, but I mean, look how little that is. But it's going to work, you know. And same with this one. This one's littler, more little than that one. They should look good though. The windshield the windshield has black on the inside, and I do this on the inside of all my windshields, but then I always go right up to the inside of the hood on the color, and then I make it go black in here, and then I try to cut this and dull coat it right there. So this should be super shiny black, and that should be like a plastic black. So that's a good idea to try to do. But you can usually see this line a lot clearer from the inside. And the way you do it on the inside, I have this trick that I do where you put your thumb right up on the edge of the marker, and you just kind of run your thumb along it, and it gets a nice inside line there. You can do that if you have a solid line on the body to follow. And you wanted to get like a good straight line, then you can just kind of space your finger or your thumb away from it the right amount, and then just right across it. It works really well, actually. Took me years to figure that out, believe it or not. Right, so I'm gonna cut this inside line here. On the inside, right here at the windshield, it's kind of hard to keep the knife laying flat, so you kind of have to be looking at the tip, or the trailer, I guess. It's hard to get in there. But that's another reason why it's good to have this flat blade, because if you had like one of those ones that's real sharp, like a straight one, like the normal blade, then you have to lay the knife down even more to get in there, and that would be impossible. So, go ahead and finish this line. should say, you know, I do encourage people to learn how to paint bodies and take the time to do it. It's definitely a big part of the hobby, and it's relaxing. It's a good creative outlet. Not a lot of us have creative outlets, so you know, if you have a wild idea you want to do, and gives you an opportunity to do it. So, but we do paint bodies on contract. So if anybody has a body they want painted, we sometimes are a little overwhelmed, which is actually, as long as you're not in a big hurry and you don't mind giving me the time that I need to finish it, then I would be happy to paint a body for someone. We do send them to California, and we sent one to North Dakota or something. We got bodies all over the world, or all over the country at least. And it's cool to see some of them up for sale and floating around. A couple of them. Ooh, that was a bad slip. See that? The body bent, but actually it's not that bad. It cut nerves. Okay. I'm gonna fix this before I forget that that's a little off. I'm going a little wider up here too, because that line, sometimes when you're holding it at an angle, the way you see the line is like different than if you're holding it flat, and that's kind of how I cut it, so I'm correcting that now. Or matching that, I should say. At the end of the day, you know, you have these lines as a guide, but your knife is what's dictating everything right now, so. That's pretty good. Oh, sorry. Hit the phone with my hair. Alright, I think it's new blade time. You can tell when the blade, like when the blade's tugging a little bit on the plastic, perfect. But when it is kind of slippery, like sliding, it's getting a little bit, which is kind of the opposite of what you would think actually, but that's the way it feels to me. I was supposed to do the trim on the fenders. If you look at the 400Z, the outer fender is really what has the trim on it. I'll try to do this. If you have an angle like this, sometimes you can get a nice line on it. See that? Just hit the edge of the mark over there. Rather than trying to draw that down the middle, that would be. Plus, this gives you a really thin line, actually. It's kind of a cool looking. This is the Pandem version of the 400. In fact, it's the Addiction, which I don't do a lot of Addiction bodies, but this is a really nice body set. I would definitely recommend it. I won't get on my soapbox about ABC, but I wish they had a little bit of a better structure for wholesale pricing. That's all I'm going to say. Nice to be able to pay bills. That's all I'm going to say, really. But very good quality bodies, and they give you some really nice. See the little escutcheons that they give you, or emblems, logos, whatever you want to call them. And these are really like almost wrap up next quality stickers. They have like a texture to them, so it's kind of cool. Where was I? When you're trying to cut a turn, like a curve like that, it is kind of easy to put the knife straight up and down, so you want to use the tip more for sure. So yeah, if I hadn't been looking at the car instead of the trailer on that one, I mean, when you're right up on the edge of this, you know, you really, if you can look at the right part of the knife as you're going, you can hit really good lines right on the edge of a ridge like that, you know. So yeah, that one worked out really well. I always leave a little bit of rubber on the inside of the window, because you don't want to go straight from window to body color, because there is rubber in there. If you can cut a thin line, and you see I'm using the Sharpie line here, I'm cutting that Sharpie line out. So if you can cut precisely enough to give yourself a little rubber trim, that's a really nice look. Let's see how sharp that cut. That's not cool. I could do that. I feel like even though you might not be one to paint bodies, or you know, you're not even trying to learn how to do it, but this might be somewhat relaxing, just kind of like one of those, some people like watching pimple popping videos. They don't even want to throw up, but you know, like one of these soothing videos of someone else working, and craftsmanship, I guess. There's a craft. I should not be wearing my crystals with rubber on the inside of it. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And I think I might be up for a blade change. What do you guys think? When in doubt, switch it out. was like putting a sandwich in the toaster oven, and I had to flip it over. I went in there, I flipped it, and it hit the top burner. It was like, yikes. But I don't have a Band-Aid. It will be forever recorded on YouTube that I burned my finger. Let me start with this top one. This one also has a nice sharp little point. Very clear. So I'm going to drag it past where the line is. See that it ends right there, but one thing about this X-Acto is it'll make a really sharp point if you just drag it straight down and let it meet up. Anyway, this is the most stressful part about painting a body to me. It's just, you just gotta hunker down and get started and don't stop until you're done and don't get distracted and don't screw anything up. them just a little wider on the line because it's the roof and it could be a little bit more prone, I guess. Most of that line grows a little on the thin side. Definitely gets kinked from doing this. Okay. I do this sometimes too. It's actually a better handle to kind of see what you're doing. Let's give this door some love. Door love. How do you do this door? Thin down here, you gotta be careful not to poke through. If you're looking at the car instead of the trailer, you can actually move pretty quick. Real light touch down here because it's so thin. I call break time. 45 minutes of cutting straight. I have this adjustable temperature air gun thing. this stuff called white copal. It's pretty cool stuff. First, you got to get the copalera, and these little charcoal briquettes. These briquettes, these light up really well. And it's at 370. It's 480. It'll light up nice and quick. Take our copalera with the briquette over to here. And we gotta figure out where the actual copal is. Here it is. It's a tree sap. Burns kind of like an incense. Big chunk right on top of it. And you just put the copal in there. It starts to melt. Nice scent comes from it. You gotta be careful though, because these charcoal things, they'll burn right through. I had one burn through a plate one time, and almost burned my house down. So don't do that. All right, I'm gonna get back to work here in a minute. I'm gonna get some water. Yeah. All right, let's get some water. This is DARC HQ. And this is the DARC kitchen. The DARC water cooler. Okay. Let's go. Let's go do this. Get it finished up. It's the Home Depot commercial. Less talking, more doing, more buying. Here we go. Sorry to all of those who are watching. Who is watching? All right. Glasses. Water. Any blade yet? Let's start working on this. get a sharp point. James Cole gave me a pretty cool body to paint. I should be working on that instead of Angels, but Angel needed this done in time for Super G. Also, I should be working on the map. Sorry, you guys, it's taking me a minute to get to it. I just need a good solid 4 hours at my computer to do the edits now that I have all the updates that I need to do. I'm hoping to have that done by October 1st as committed. Angel said, I want it now. See, like that one's a little too wide, but trying to go back and fix that, just make it worse. So I'm just gonna leave it. It'll be okay. It looks fine. Looks good. Pretty close to being done with this piece. The only thing we need is the little trim on the fenders. I want to double check that real quick. And then we're going to go to the computer. And double check how it's supposed to look. 400Z. Alright, looking at Phantom 400Z. Yeah, see how that one is? See, it just has the trim black around the edge there. Same with the back. Oh, it's a Super G sight. And my homies for real, for real. Let's see what else there is. I want to see a white one. Yeah. Yeah, see just a little bit of trim around the black around the wheel well. It's almost less than it shows there. Blacked that out too, that's interesting. They blacked out that. That's not chrome. It's a little bit surprising. It might look good blacked out, but we have chrome trim, so we're going to use it. Very interesting. Sorry, I'm checking my emails real quick. Okay, let's go back. And I'm gonna get small water on the way. All right. Angels Galaxy 400Z. Give some tips. What's that? Oh, did you take that?
No, it's just sitting over here.
Okay. Man, that's probably the most used screwdriver.
It's one of the best little screwdrivers ever. For sure.
For fingerboarding and for drifting.
Yeah. Every time I do a body and it has body screws, I like look for that screwdriver.
It's the best one, right?
Yeah.
We just get more of them. It's from a kit from Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
It's like the holy grail of screwdrivers.
Actually ordered a battery for my laptop and it came with 2 mini screwdrivers that are almost perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Man, how much was the battery?
$50.
Oh. Oh yeah. They look like they're gonna wear down fast though. Actually. We're gonna be trying out the new Traxxas mirror chrome this time, by the way. Because we couldn't find any spastics mirror chrome.
Yeah.
We searched every hobby town.
I still need to go to Hobbytown to get that model light gunmetal. Finish this.
I just need to reinstate my spastics account. It was just kind of weird the way that all went down. Alright, I think this piece, this main part is all cut. Sometimes if you want, you can actually wipe off the lines and make sure that they're all there. It makes it easier to see. Not necessary for the whole body, but yeah, just to show you that it can be done and you can see the actual lines underneath at this point. So let's move on to see, this is what I was talking about. This is all going to be black and this is all going to be black, so there's no point in doing a line there. So I did. I've been doing the trim of the lights black. So what I'm gonna do, so that's gonna be white. So what I'm gonna do, push the inside of that. Hey, what's your work schedule like the weekend after next? Because I was gonna see if you and Ken could manage to keep the place open as much as you can over the weekend while I'm at Super G. If you can.
The weekend of the 12th?
No, the weekend before that.
The 4th and the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
I will be off on that Sunday. Because I'm gonna watch a fight on Saturday night, but I'll be off at 5 on Saturday.
You'll be up here at 5 or will be off at 5?
Yeah,
I think Ken said he could cover Saturday. But yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you guys about it. It kind of snuck up on me. I don't know why. I didn't know it was coming up so fast.
No, I remember we talked about it a little bit ago. I did volunteer.
Yeah, well, if you guys can, it would be greatly appreciated by myself and those who would like to come slide on those days. And there's going to be in
They live stream that, right?
mm-hmm.
What time did Kim say we could stay till on Saturday?
Knowing him, probably like fucking 5 or 4. Which Saturday we kind of slow down early, but then sometimes people come in late on Saturday too. So I can say what the hours are going to be because of the Super G thing changing out. You know, it's not a big deal. But I figured I'd talk to you guys first.
Yeah, the only thing I was gonna do is watch the fight at 9, so I could stay here till at least 9.
Yeah. I think we close. Yeah, we close at 9:30 anyway. So. That would work. And then actually, I think Ryan might be able to come up Saturday night if I need him to. I'll ask.
Yeah.
Sometimes he comes up on Saturday night.
See if we can get a session going.
Yeah.
I've got a couple things from Tommy Tech Shop coming today.
What'd you get?
That those 3D printed dumpsters. I got one of those. And he's got this. It's like 2 kickers with a magnet.
Oh yeah, you
And
told me about that
Yeah, I'm
one.
excited about that one.
That sounds cool. There's 2 kickers with a magnet and it's a case, right?
Yeah, and then you can put them like side by side.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna do a roof section of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
And on the back?
Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's kind of cool little. See, this one's nice and sharp. It comes all the way down to like here. And then there's a nice sharp line down there and down here.
Do you think it would be overkill to do Galaxy over fenders?
That's what I was telling him. I was like, I think that might be too much, man. It's
That
like,
would look kind of cool, but yeah.
Just wear your Galaxy socks while you're driving it.
One big Galaxy stripe.
It gets to be too much, man. Like, you gotta have a little balance. I got the idea for my Nike foam posits. The Scottie Pippins. You ever seen the Galaxy Scottie Pippins? Badass. That exact paint scheme. Alright, I think this one's good. Next week, front And then I think we'll be ready. Blade change. Blade. Blade. Remember that old that kid? It was like when the internet first started taking off, I guess. And that kid's like, blood, blood. No, the way he said it was just. It was one of those things that nobody really knew why it was so famous, but it just was. It made no sense at all. Blood.
Is it those shoes?
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, those are the Scottie Pippen foam posits right there. Well, you can't see, but the Nike logo was in chrome. Why didn't it show it? Anyway, yeah, the Nike swoosh was chrome. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. I sense burgling.
Driver's rear window on the lower side. It's down a little bit. You're not bad enough. That'd be not bad enough not to drive, but
Mine?
his.
We were just talking about you.
It was all good.
It's all good.
I've seen you for a little bit, Henry.
Yeah.
I haven't been up here much either. I'm gonna be home. I got a lot more stuff I gotta do at home now, so I'm gonna be home quite a bit.
Yeah, I've been up here most Wednesdays with pinboard stuff, and I've been up here more on Fridays.
I'll be here during the week. During the week's harder. My wife's only working full time. She uses a walker all day at school.
Oh, yeah?
I do all the cooking and cleaning and everything at home now. I help her in the house when she gets home. And I can't does. But I gotta be home to make sure she does it.
Look on Angel Z.
Yeah, I'm taping and bedding. I haven't sanded in almost 20 years. I wet sand, basically, like with a sponge.
Yeah.
To make these drop. You can use just about any sponge, but they make sponges just for doing it. Sherwin-Williams sells them, so at Home Depot. But I forgot, I couldn't find one of those places along the way. I had to like stop and so I just went to Dollar Tree and got some cheap sponges. In the photos though, it's still wet, so it doesn't, but I mean, it's flat.
Oh yeah.
You still see wet spots.
Good. It's real good.
Oh, that was the big one right there.
Yeah, that looks way better.
There's 3 coats. There's that one in the living room you had all rough.
Okay.
I didn't
Can
climb
you
them.
send me
I think
those?
they're gonna be painted. They're gonna have to. I would think they'd paint the place.
Yeah, they're probably gonna pick up the place. Can you send me those? I'll send them to the landlord. Yikes, that's a tough spot to get to right there. Damn, how am I gonna get in there?
talk to Henry yet? What days, what night do you be here and whatnot?
I'll be off work at 5.
Stay here, they like to stay late, they're not staying late.
Well,
Yeah.
Steve, once he gets here, Steve Lee can close up.
Yeah.
Just close up the shop and leave,
Hey,
right?
yeah.
Sorry. I forgot you're live on Facebook.
You know, live?
Yeah.
You don't know who I am, it's okay. It's a condition I have, it's called Steve Lee excitement. STE. That's LEC.
I made a Rev D order
Oh, yeah?
today, yeah. Some parts and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to him earlier actually about it, make sure I was ordering the good stuff.
Oh, what did he have you order any wheels?
I did get a couple of wheels,
Yeah.
the fluorescent yellow ones.
Did you happen to order any of these? The back magnet thing?
Mm-hmm. I did. He said to order it.
It's a pretty good part, fits on most cars.
Oh, really?
For these aluminum bars in the back, they're shaped in a way that fits into this and on the RDX better, but
Mhm.
you
I kind of ordered like one of everything just to kind of see what people end up liking, and I can reorder and
yeah.
order more if I need to. Well, not everything. They have a lot of stuff actually. I was surprised how big the order
Rev D
form
section
was.
is.
Yeah, well, I got the.
I got ready. There's something in there where it was.
The whole order form is actually pretty big.
ESC, depending on what they are.
Yeah, I got an ESC. I think they're 180 or something.
You don't have any like indie top decks in the shop or anything like that, do you?
Any what?
Top deck from India. I'm thinking about getting rid of all the side pieces and this like full battery mount and just seeing if there's a top deck that I can mount from these two holes to the rear two holes and just get rid of everything else.
I wish somebody would make one.
Yeah,
I
I
kinda-
that last night. I want to.
I thought about that from day one. It's like
custom
somebody,
over
it was designed not really have a top deck, and that's kinda why I don't think anybody does it, and it's like,
it would eliminate so much weight because just the Rev D battery tray holders still fit. Like you can still screw into those slots except without all the top, without all this and all the side stuff. For just like a 12 gram little strip of carbon.
Tough spot to get to.
Maybe could convince Mike to print a prototype.
that plastic battery piece, that's the only thing that makes mine look like it's even a RDX in there.
Oh yeah.
Cause I have different bottom deck, and my whole front end's Yoko and Res. I mean, the transmission's still. I'm not worried about the transmission, 'cause the transmission,
Yeah.
yeah, we go right from here to here. You don't make it. You talking to the machinist buddy, see if we can cut, if I got the stuff to do it, we just cut me then.
That'd be cool.
We're just off of Jupiter over there by Ricky Rockets. It's a company that makes electronics parts. They make, they do the electronics, they do the little boards and stuff. So they have a full machine shop. Gary has Chris making stuffers, crawlers all the time, custom aluminum shit and carbon fiber shit.
Yeah. Can you do it?
Chris is pretty good at designing what I need.
It would be
I've been talking for a while. I've been talking since I sold my lowrider.
pretty easy, because it's these two screws right there that just need to go right over here. That's not like the exact measurement of where those goes, but easy to kind of figure out the distance at least. And then eliminate all the weight, all the extra stuff.
You know, I haven't heard from Romeo in a long time.
Yeah, you never did those direct drive steering things.
Mm-mm. No, he fell off the face of the earth. I don't know where he went.
I mean, you give her a lot of room to give her all this. You don't need any of this.
I have to, for the boat crank, it won't go under there. I just found out that way.
You know, I'm trying to just get rid of this. Bet you'll get a little bit of flex in your chassis then. There you go.
Yeah, put all the,
Well, this is all the MC1 stuff here.
yeah, I did the direct drive bar.
I have the RDX bell crank.
I tried running it with that thing.
The RDX bell crank almost the same as this, only different, right?
Yeah.
This is the same one I have on my top line build, my top line too.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I did try driving it with those side pieces off for a little bit, but you can definitely tell I got that thing from the street.
See that? Yeah, the whole thing moved back and forth.
And that one, I don't know, and there's one missing up there.
Who needs
All
screws?
connected, yeah.
Screws are overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, on those days, I can open it, you can close.
Yeah, I can be here until, on Friday, I can stay until I guess Steve leave, or whatever.
Well, you need to be here
Until
like the
Steve
standard 9:30
leaves.
and then the shop can close.
Yeah.
If they wanna stay late, they can lock
I
up.
just have work at 8 on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And then on Saturday, I can stay until 9. And
And then Sunday again, if you wanna split it up.
yeah.
Lately, I've been asleep by 9 o'clock lately. I was falling asleep at 8:30 last night. It's probably like, and I can't break the habit. I can just stay up till midnight. I still get up at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
There's one problem I do not have.
Right.
Being able to go back to sleep. If I wake up early.
Well, that's because I go to sleep at, if I go to sleep at 8, 9 o'clock, Before I slept while I was sleeping tonight.
Yeah.
I took the light bulb, Steve.
Yeah.
She came here where she took the blue light bulb. I don't want that. She didn't give a shit.
I put it in my pocket.
That was not what I expected you to walk up to me and say just now.
See? I got it in my pocket right there, look.
Yeah?
We drew a car right here, that's kinda cute.
So we did draw a car with her.
Is it a Coco drawing?
It's a car with a smiley face. It's cute.
One more thing.
Looks like a little Miata.
So back to the live feed. I want to mention that when I do the inside of the grill, oh, it's frozen. How did it freeze?
Maybe they were being explained Steve
Right. Well, looks like the stream has ended.
And now the screen